You're listening to the Visionary Lifestyle Podcast, the show that's dedicated to raising consciousness and empowering you to activate your highest potential. I'm your host, Magda Freedom Rod. Greetings, Rainbow Warriors. I'm still in the forest in Auvergne in what's known as the Green Heart of France. Truly, we're in the land of the volcanoes here, drinking the pristine spring water and enjoying the views of the seemingly endless green rolling hills. I've been walking barefoot on the earth here, teaching yoga and exhaling in this magnificent, raw, natural environment. I feel so blessed that I'll be here teaching yoga on the 4th International Yoga Day on the Solstice, June 21st. We'll be having a solstice ceremony and practicing yoga, really in unison with hundreds of thousands of people all over the world. You can look for a local event in your area to join the celebration. And if you've never practiced yoga, I invite you to take the initiative on this day to join in the collective global energy of this practice that has proven to bring more health and balance to the body, as well as peace and expansion to the mind and spirit. Wow, I'm just so grateful for the practice of yoga because I witness every single day how many gifts it has brought to my life. I sincerely hope that this show is a source of inspiration to you to start or deepen your personal practice. Yoga is the life path that continually lights my way, and it's the gift that keeps on giving. So now, on to today's show. I'm so happy to introduce you to today's guest, Morgan Ganoin. She's the chef of a little restaurant in Paris called Solstice. Gratefully, I discovered this place by chance as I was walking down the street, and the deeper I looked, the more I liked what I was finding. Solstice is a French brand of superfoods from a fully integrated chain from seed to plate, and they've opened their organic, vegan, gluten-free restaurant to nourish as well as teach their customers how to cook with and use the superfoods. The food there is super high vibration soul food, always made with that all-important and delicious ingredient, love. It's an educational initiative as well as a restaurant based in good intentions. They also have a YouTube channel full of videos teaching people how to use their superfoods and how they contribute to better health. I was really so impressed with what I found there. We did the interview in the restaurant, so you'll get the feel for the place with the background noise. I really urge you to check out their website and their YouTube channel, and next time you find yourself in Paris, don't miss the chance to discover this delicious food and marinate in the high vibe atmosphere they've created. You'll hear us in the discussion talking about a word, totem, which at the time I was unfamiliar with. I've since researched it and learned that in essence, it's that philosophy of the sum of the different aspects being more than the individual parts. But this time in relation to medicinal plants. What this means is that when we consume the entire plant, we're getting the synergistic benefit rather than consuming an isolated nutrient, which doesn't manage to deliver the same level of nutrition. And just so you know, the mysterious berry we discuss, I've come to learn, is what I know as the golden berry. If you were at my last presentation at Lightning in a Bottle Festival, you tasted that inside the chia pudding recipe I made, along with goji berries. These little berries pack a deep nutrient punch, and I urge you to discover them for yourself if you're not already familiar. You can visit the Solstice website to learn about all the wonderful superfoods they are sharing with their customers and the world. So meeting people in places like this really lifts my heart. It's inspiring to see this passion for health and well-being through the use of conscious eating being embraced and shared around the world. The focus on education here, I think, is an integral piece of what we as a shared humanity need to support and grow greater health together. This place is definitely 100% conscious eating approved, and I can't wait to visit again. I hope you enjoy the interview and find some inspiration to give more attention to the food you're consuming and how you can nourish your body temple in the best way possible to activate your highest potential and support you in delivering your unique gifts to the world. Find all the links to this and more on my website at visionary-lifestyle.com/podcast. Enjoy, namaste, and bon appetit. Morgan Gagnon, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
So nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
I was very happy yesterday to just be walking along a beautiful, little stroll in Paris, and all of a sudden stumble upon, I just saw the window of this restaurant, and I saw vegan and organic and gluten-free and superfoods, and I just jumped across the street and ran in here like, what's going on here? Super excited to meet you and to discover Solstice and everything that's going on here. It's very much in alignment with everything that I talk about and teach about, and I'm totally in love with Paris. So to have all my favorite things in one place is a real treat. So you are the chef here at the restaurant.
Yeah.
And all of the food here is exclusively vegan, organic, gluten-free?
Yes, absolutely everything from the starter to the main dish, and also the drinks, and anything in the shop.
And you're doing a lot of superfoods. So I walk in and I see all these containers with beautiful packaging, and all my favorite superfoods and more. Some I'm not even familiar with. Why are you selling superfoods here?
This is actually the main purpose of Solstice. We are, before being a vegan and gluten-free and organic restaurant, we are a brand of superfoods, and this is the main goal of our restaurant, is to show how to use the superfoods in your daily life and how to cook them. And so this is why in our plates we have so many different kind of vegetables and grains and cereals, always cooked with superfoods, so that people can try and taste, and then we will share recipes and
Oh, okay, so you're sharing the recipes also with the customers. Great. So I just enjoyed a really delicious plate of food right before we did this, and the best plate of food I've had in Paris so far. Thank you very much.
Oh, thank you.
And so that was full of superfoods? What I just ate?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
In today's plate, for instance, you had nopal, which is a cactus, in the legumes, red beans.
Nopal cactus.
Yeah, it's really nice for the intestines, the immune system, and also detoxifying. There was spirulina sprinkled on the top of the plate, and aguamento, which is a tiny fruit from Peru that is really good for the optical nerves and also for the throat, and contains obviously lots of vitamins and antioxidants.
Sure, yeah. What's the name of that one?
Aguamento. It's the Peruvian name, but I guess the English name would be Physalis. It's orange berry with golden leaves around it, and you'll often find it on cakes because it looks really nice.
Oh.
It's a bit sour.
It's not camu camu? We're talking about camu camu?
Oh.
I'm not familiar with this one. I'm intrigued.
I don't know. I wouldn't know other names.
Okay. Well, I'll have to get it from you and put a link to it in the show notes.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
And so this was used in a curry, in vegetable curry, and also you had mesquite. It's a bean.
Mesquite, yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. A bean that tastes like hazelnut or caramel. It's really sweet, and you can use it in many different kinds of dishes or desserts because it tastes lovely.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's it for today.
Okay, so that's amazing that what your focus is cooking with the superfoods and educating your community that comes in here to the restaurant on how to use them.
We actually believe that it's a way of living, a way of feeding our body and also our minds, because we believe that happy food makes happy people. We want people to know about, we don't really say it or call it like this, but all the cooks believe in soul food, and we try to cook with good intentions and to put nice thoughts in what we cook and what we give to people.
Are you putting love in the food
Yeah,
here?
sure. Sometimes I like, for instance, when I take my red beans and put them into the water, I would repeat love, happiness.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
After my heart. Yes. Love is the most important ingredient in any dish.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you're actually doing that here.
Yeah.
Oh, that makes me happy. No wonder that tasted so good. I tasted the love in it. I love it. We're cooking with love, soul food. It's a really cute actually spin on soul food.
Yeah.
You know, because soul food is generally not very healthy food. You know, in the States, the soul food that we have is generally like, I don't know, a lot of things cooked with a lot of butter and kind of unhealthy, generally, soul food in my experience. Yeah, so you're putting a really cute little French spin on soul food.
I actually had no idea that it wouldn't mean, because I know, like when I heard soul food, I was like, yo, this is such a nice way of saying it, and I thought that would mean obviously healthy. And
not necessarily. And it's cute too because it's sol semilla here, which is sol in this case is the Spanish word for sun, right? So it's like light.
Yeah.
You know, we can think of sun as light and energy, right? Yeah. And sol semilla, so semilla means seed, so it's the seed of the sun.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the name of the restaurant. Yeah, beautiful. So you're planting seeds of light in people in the food, right?
Exactly.
And love and light. Wow, what a concept. People need this, right? How do you find the people that come in here? Do you find most of them are kind of already in this lifestyle, or they come in and they go, wow, I've never seen this kind of food before, or?
It really depends. We have both. We have people who come here who have been coming here like every week for 7 years.
Oh.
And we also have people that are just walking down the street and looking at this blue restaurant and feeling like, oh, what is this? And then they have no idea even what vegan means or what gluten is. And they come here and they like the food and they come back with friends, and we share our knowledge and our belief with them.
Fantastic. And you're educating the community as well. There's also cooking lessons here, you said.
Yeah, we the former chef, we still work with her, and she's the best for this. She's such a lovely person, and she loves sharing and teaching, and she's really good at it. And she throws cooking lessons. And but it's very random because she also tries to teach how can I put this cooking with instincts, like not following a special recipe, just tasting and feeling, oh, this is nice.
Cool. So I love that there's an educational piece included, because I feel very strongly that it's important not only to nourish people and feed them, but to teach them how to do it themselves. Obviously, we share this passion. So that's really nice to find like-minded people here. So I have a question about the cooking. When you're cooking with the superfoods, are you doing it inside the heat, or do you like put it in at the end?
Yeah.
So that it kind of
rather at the end, most
raw,
of the time,
right?
Especially with seaweed, it has to stay raw as much as possible. And yeah, most of the time we just add it at the end when it's already cooked, and so that it stays raw and all the nutrients
stay intact, right? Yeah. And I love how you have these. You have in salt shakers on the table instead of salt and pepper like you would normally have in a restaurant. You have these superfood blends that you offer the customers as seasonings. Can you tell me about both of these mixes? And I think that I just want to say that I think it's a really brilliant concept. And so you offer these. These are available for sale here as well, right? Yeah. So what are these two mixes?
The green one is a mix of dried vegetables. It's actually a mix made in order to do broth. So you can just add pour like hot water and you would have a broth.
Okay.
And so it's
like an instant soup.
Yeah, exactly.
But like a superfood, organic, vegan, super healthy instant soup.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
And so it contains dried vegetables, salt, and spirulina, and ginger. And the other one is basically the same, but with turmeric and maca powder.
Turmeric and maca. Okay. So it can be like a soup base, like a broth.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or you can sprinkle it on your food.
Yeah.
For the flavor.
Yeah.
And there's no salt in either of these?
Yes, there is.
There's a little bit of salt.
Yeah.
Okay. And what kind of salt do you use? Is there a special kind?
I think it's Ganoin. You know, it's a place in Brittany from France.
Okay.
It's like sea salt.
Yeah, sea salt, of course. Okay. Yeah, my favorite is the pink salt, the Himalayan pink one.
But we also try to cook with local foods, so we would rather have a French salt than the pink one.
So local is also a piece of the puzzle
here.
Sure.
Okay. And seasonal as well.
Seasonal. It's like my dream restaurant. This is so fantastic. And the flavor was really good on the food too. So like you guys are really hitting every single detail here. This is fantastic. So I also had a chai earlier. What was the milk in the chai that I had?
Rice milk.
Oh, rice milk. Okay. Yeah, that was also really yummy. And what do you use to sweeten the chai?
Coconut syrup.
Okay. Okay. What are your sweeteners that you use in
Only coconut syrup.
Only coconut syrup. Okay. So it's like coconut palm sugar, but like a syrup version of that, yeah? Okay. And why organic?
Have you ever heard the word totum?
Totum?
Totum.
No.
It's like a value of the energy that a food gives you when you eat it. Like for instance, if you compare the totum value of 2 tomatoes, one that was grown organically or in a garden with sunlight and love, and another one that comes from Spain and was grown in a big place like a factory or something. We believe that one will give you a lot more of energy than the other one, and obviously that would be the organically grown one, and that's why organic.
Totum.
Yeah.
This is a new word for me. I love this. Okay. I wonder what the English translation is of that word. It'll be interesting to look that up and find out. So Tortume?
Without the E at the end.
Totum. No, there's M is the last letter.
Yeah.
Okay, totum. I'm going to have to look this one up. This is great. I love learning new things like this. Totum, the totum is the energy of the food. And so the inherent nutrition based on the way that it was raised.
Yeah, and I think it's not only about the nutrients, it's also about energy, really. I don't think you would hear this word a lot.
But I'm going to use it a lot now, so thank you. Okay, the totum, I love it. And why gluten-free? Why is that important here?
Because the people who launched the restaurant, I don't know if it's a good way of putting words, but believe that gluten is not healthy, and that also we are in France, so we eat a lot of bread here, and it's not. I am personally not allergic or intolerant to gluten, but I do realize that when I don't eat gluten, I feel a lot better.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I think we want to propose something that is also when you leave, when you're done eating, you feel good.
Right. Yeah, and there's no bloating or whatever. Even if you don't have like a stomach ache, you could just have the most optimal digestion possible. Right. I always think of gluten. I'm not gluten-free right now, but I have been, and I do also notice the benefits when I am. And as a vegan traveler, it's very difficult to be gluten-free as well. And organic certainly is difficult when traveling. That's why it's like such heaven to like stop into a place like this where it has everything exactly the optimal. But gluten I equate to glue, like in English, right? Glue. I don't know what the word is in French for glue, but
we can say glue.
Yeah. Okay. So so you understand it's the same thing. So I think of it as like pouring glue through your digestive tract, right? That's what gluten is like. Yeah. And it does cause inflammation. This has been proven. We know this. So it's great to avoid it when you can, even if you're not gluten intolerant. So you're giving people an easy, delicious way to avoid gluten, which is so great. I really love the premise of this shop, and then vegan. And you're vegan, right?
Yeah.
Since how long?
I think 4 years, maybe a little more. I don't remember exactly.
And what are your reasons for being vegan?
It started with the love of animals, and then I became vegetarian when I was 20, so 7 years ago. And then I realized that that there was so much suffering, and it was not good for the environment, and then there are so many reasons to be vegan.
Like what else? Tell us more.
Also, yeah, environment and pollution, also the price. And I love that I started cooking when I became vegan, because it was not easy to find food, so I had to cook for myself. And this is how I started learning and loving cooking.
Right, because you had to, if you wanted to eat vegan, you needed to make it
Yeah,
yourself.
and I started learning so much about food and where to find the proteins, and also people asking me, why did you become vegan, and many questions I had to find an answer to. So it made me a lot more curious, and yeah, I learned a lot.
First forced you into doing the research, and now it looks like it's put you on a new career path as well, right? Because you probably wouldn't have been the chef here if you hadn't started
Obviously
being
not.
vegan. Yeah. Right. So it's amazing how this one decision changes and impacts your entire life, right? In ways that you couldn't imagine at the time. Yeah, a beautiful evolution. That's nice. That's nice. And I'm curious about how organic is in France. There seems to be a lot of organic available. Yesterday I found the bio shop where it was 100% organic, and I was just in heaven, because even in the United States we have stores. I mean, certainly in California where I'm from, it's a green bubble, and I'm very fortunate. There's lots of vegan restaurants and lots of organic things everywhere. But I don't know of any stores that are 100% organic. So they usually have both, and you have a choice. Yeah, but here I was very happy to find that shop yesterday. I was just so happy everywhere, every direction I turned, it was like 100% organic. So there's a lot.
Yeah, there are a lot of fully organic restaurants. Now, most of the shops, even tiny shops, they will have even the tiniest range of organic products. But you have many, especially around Paris, fully organic shops, so that you can go and you don't have to look for labels or anything. You just grab anything.
You just know it's organic. Yeah, that's fantastic. So I guess what that says is that there's a big demand for it in France. Yeah, a lot of people want it and are willing to pay the extra price for it.
Especially in Paris.
And so if it's local, what's the radius of how far away the food is coming from? Is there like a hard rule here, or it's just you want it to be from within France, or?
I think it depends on the part of France you are in. If you are living in the countryside, you will have really easily local food. But in Paris, it can come from a bit farther. We don't have as many local labels as we have organic. It's harder to find, especially in Paris, it's harder to find local food.
Yeah, I imagine. Yeah, most of it's probably grown quite a ways outside of the city.
We have many food producers in the suburbs, but yeah, sometimes it comes from France.
Yeah, just France is as local as it can be for certain things, like the salt, for example, right? Okay, and so the way that the restaurant works here is you have a couple of plates every day. You don't have like a full menu that people can choose from all the time. Can you explain how it works, what your offering is here?
Yeah, we have 2 dishes of the day. One is raw. It's a big salad with fruits, grains, sometimes fresh flowers, and obviously superfoods. And we have another plate with cooked vegetables, a cereal or potatoes, and also legumes like red beans or lentils, this kind of thing. And you have also a big green salad, and sometimes raw cheese, vegan obviously, and 2 crudités.
What is crudité for the people who are not French?
I thought that would be the right word. I tried. It's like raw vegetables with seasoning.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So you have a raw plate every day and a cooked plate.
And also a big soup made. It's a broth with cereals and the cooked vegetables and the lentils, for instance, of the day. And one of the mix. For instance, spirulina and ginger,
right?
And also fresh herbs and seeds.
And cereals is grains, right? Is that's the French word for grain?
Oh yeah,
right.
Like
rice.
Yeah.
Cereal.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It's a grain. Okay. And the school children are just getting out of school, and they're all so adorable walking through this tiny little street in Paris. I'm just so in love with this area and this restaurant. So this one has been here 7 years, correct?
Around 7 years.
About 7 years. And is it the only one like this, or are there more?
Yeah, I think we are the only one.
One of a kind. Yeah. Are there any plans for expansion? Do you know, adding another?
We are currently doing a lot of, how do you say, when there is, like, for instance, a veggie fest or a vegan
festival of some kind.
This kind of thing. We try to be there, or organic, or sometimes yoga festival, or all that is in the same spirit. And also we are willing to open a new restaurant soon, but we don't know exactly when it's a lot of work and organization.
Okay. So it's in the pipeline, it's coming. We don't know where or when yet, but that's the intention, is what I'm hearing. And then the superfood business, this is all available online, or?
Yeah. Also, you can find it online, and in most of the organic shops we were talking about earlier, they also sell our products.
Oh, nice. Okay. And you said most of the superfoods that you're selling are coming from South America?
Yeah, most of them.
Okay. And they're packaged here in France and
distributed
they come
by boat as much as possible. And then we receive very large quantities and package everything and label and
yeah. I love the way you're doing it with the sustainable packaging. It's like these, these kind of cardboard-like envelopes, and rather than plastic. So they're nice and lightweight. I'm sure they're great. They ship well, and there's quite a good assortment, right? You have a lot of different superfoods, and some. I think I even saw cat's claw, and there's right? You even have a kale one. Is it the kale that I saw? Is it the soup seasoning? Something else?
The kale one is we have a brand of raw crisps made out of kale and
like kale
and
chips.
Superfood. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and we sell both the kale chips and also the sprinkle. So that you can put on
the seasoning
like a salad.
of it. Yeah. Okay. Fantastic. Yeah, I'm totally in love with this shop, and I'm going to be a regular here when I'm in Paris. And I hope that anybody coming through will be inspired and want to come and be a part of this as well. And people can follow you guys on Instagram and check out your website, and certainly come and visit and have a delicious meal when they're in Paris. Thank you so much for your time, Morgan. It's really nice meeting you and getting to experience some really high vibe, conscious eating approved food here in Paris. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks so much for answering the call to be here today. I'm so glad you're part of our tribe of activated rainbow warriors. If you found the show in any way empowering or inspiring, I would be so grateful if you would share the show on social media or with friends and family that you think would benefit from these conversations. And also, rate and review the show in iTunes. This is really the very best way to help support the show and help us get noticed by others who are looking for the sort of content that we're sharing. Now notice there are no outside ads playing here. That's because the show is supported by you, the listener. You can become a patron of the show with a small monthly donation by checking out the perks on our Patreon page at patreon.com/visionary lifestyle and signing up there. There's also a one-time donation button on the podcast page of the website if that suits you better. And just so you know, your donations help to cover the necessary out-of-pocket monthly expenses to produce the show, and will also help us grow so we can inspire and educate even more people. And hey tribe, I'd love to hear from you. Visit me at visionary-lifestyle.com and please tell me your comments and questions. I really look forward to connecting with you. I love you. Namaste. Today's episode is brought to you by the Conscious Eating 101 e-course. This is a 6-week online course aimed at empowering you to make food choices that are in alignment with your values. The program is based on ahimsa, also known as non-harm, and helps you make every bite that you take an expression of love, self-love, animal love, and planet love. The course offers 15 lessons and 20 nutritious and delicious recipes and is offered over 6 weeks that you can do at your own pace. It includes lessons like plant-based nutrition, protein, dairy alternatives, the story on sugar, GMOs, label reading, and many more. If you're looking to increase your health and happiness, balance your weight, reduce your footprint on the planet, and align your food choices with your values, or are interested in being part of the solution to huge world problems like climate change, rainforest destruction, and world hunger, then this is the course for you. If this speaks to you, please check out consciouseating101.com today.